It's not the Big Thunder Mountain Railroad backstory I was expecting, but it is a backstory. That's right, a 5-issue comic book series giving you the backstory of the Big Thunder Mountain Railroad. If you didn't know it existed, I don't blame you. I didn't either until a couple of weeks ago. So as you know, Disney bought Marvel a couple of years ago, and while we know Marvel for all of the, movies that they've been putting out and making billions of dollars at the box office, they are obviously also one of the largest comic book companies in the world, and so Disney owns a comic book company now. And one of the really cool byproducts of Disney owning a comic book company is that they have been putting out a series of comic books based on attractions at Walt Disney World. I'm here to talk about Big Thunder Mountain Railroad, but they also have a series on the Haunted Mansion, the Tiki Room, Figment, and a bunch of others, hopefully more. Hopefully they do them for all of them, because this is actually really cool. Now, like my Disney book reviews, I am not like a comic critic. I'm not a very big comic book guy. I'm not going to be able to come to you here about the art and the inking and sort of the minutia that I think more hardcore comic book fans can bring. But I am a Disney fan, and I read this as a Disney fan, and I thought it was really interesting. It is essentially a sort of fleshed out backstory of Big Thunder Mountain Railroad. Now, if you're thinking there's not much to it, it's just a roller coaster, how can they add a backstory? You're pretty much right. This story doesn't really reference a whole lot from the attraction itself. The landscape looks similar to what you know from the ride. They do work in, this is the wildest ride in the wilderness, but beyond that, it's a wholly original story. But it's a really fun one. It is very kid-friendly, so you don't have to worry about, whether you're too old or too young to read it. It's this interesting story about this young girl who goes out to this town called Rainbow Ridge, where her father, whose name is Mr. Bouillon, which, I mean, really on-the-nose name, but whatever, he owns a gold mine over in Big Thunder Mountain. What she discovers when she gets there is that the town is not too pleased with her father and how he's making them work really hard in these mines. And the mines seem to be getting increasingly more dangerous. And there seems to be this ominous blue lightning that happens inside that's sort of warding people away from the mine. And that's sort of where the name Big Thunder Mountain comes from. And of course, there is a railroad in the mountain that just ferries all the gold out of it, and it is the Big Thunder Mountain Railroad. And I don't want to go too far into the plot of the books because I don't want to spoil anything. It's five issues. They put out a hardcover, or you can get the issues separately. The hardcover is like $25. It's a self-contained story, so outside of these 5 issues, there's nothing else that you need to buy into. So it's a cheap point of entry. It's a really cool way to look at an attraction that I think a lot of us know and love for a long time in a different perspective, and I really just like that it adds this depth to these attractions. Like I said, they've done others for the Haunted Mansion and for the Tiki Room, and I plan to get those and read them, and I'll probably put a video out on those as well. Like I said, I don't really know how to review comics properly. The art was good. The art was good on my eyeballs. It was good art. So, I think it's worth picking up, especially if you're a Disney fan. If you're a comic book fan, I don't know if this would be worth the purchase because, like I said, it is a very simple story. It is written so that it is friendly for kids and adults, so you're not going to find a lot of complex character building. Like I said, you have a character who owns a gold mine and his name is Mr. Bouillon. Like, that's the sort of level of storytelling we're talking about here. But as a Disney fan, I think it's really cool. It's just fun to see that attraction in a different light. And it's the best we got. There were rumors that they were going to do a Big Thunder Mountain live action television series. Never really went anywhere. We never saw anything of it. So if you want more Big Thunder Mountain, this is the place to get it. I would love to hear what you thought about the comics. You can leave your impressions in the comments below. Please try not to spoil it for people who haven't read it. You could also let me know on Twitter. I'm @RobPlays. If you like this video and you want to see more Disney content, all you have to do is hit that subscribe button. Like I said, there are other comic series out there: Haunted Mansion, Tiki Room, Figment, Seekers of the Weird, which has a really cool backstory, and I do plan to get them and read them and hopefully put together videos. So let me know what you'd want to see in these sort of comic book reviews. Would you like to see more plot discussed or art or something like that? I totally open to feedback. This is a whole new format for me. Thank you all for watching. Have a great week. Whatever you're doing, make the most of it, and I'll see you next time. Yeehaw, I guess.
You have black